Welcome back to Talent Cloud course on Udemy. In this section, we are going to learn about Talent Cloud Data Preparation. In lecture 1, we are going to learn about introduction and concepts of Talent Cloud Data Preparation, and we are also going to learn about where Talent Cloud Data Preparation fits into Talent Cloud architecture. Talent Cloud Data Preparation, what exactly is it? Talent Cloud Data Preparation is a self-service application that enables information workers to cut hours out of their work day by simplifying and expediting the laborious and time-consuming process of preparing data for analysis or other data-driven tasks. Previously, this used to be a standalone version, but what we are going to learn is the cloud version. This cloud version runs on top of Talent Cloud and delivers enterprise class capabilities together with connectivity to virtually any data source. It fosters collaboration between business people who know the data best and central organizations. For example, like IT or risk management, that define the rules and policies for data accessibility and governance. Some of these capabilities include integration and cataloging, data discovery and profiling, cleansing, standardizing and shaping, enriching and connecting datasets, operationalizing data preparation. So these are some of the capabilities of Talent Cloud Data Preparation, which we are going to learn by hands-on. So let's jump into different concepts around or different concepts or terms around Talent Cloud Data Preparation. Some of them or most of them we already seen. For example, like Remote Engine Gen 2, which is a secure execution engine on which you can safely run objects. It allows you to have control over your execution environment and resources as you are able to create and configure the engine in your own environment or on a VPC of AWS. Then we have Cloud Engine for Design, which is same as Remote Engine Gen 2 but on cloud provided by Talend. The Cloud Engine for Design is a built-in runner that allows users to easily process data without having to set up any processing engines. With this engine, you can run two objects in parallel. For advanced processing of data, it is recommended to install the secure Remote Engine Gen 2. Then we have connections. Connections are environments or systems where datasets are stored, including database, file system, distributed systems or platforms, etc. The connection information to these systems only need to be set up once since they are reusable, which we have seen in action when we learned or watched the sections for data inventory and pipeline designer. And then dataset. A dataset holds the raw data that can be used as the raw material for one or more preparations. It is presented as a table on which you can apply recipe steps without affecting the original data. A dataset can be reused across preparations. We have also seen how to create datasets using the connections that we created in both the data inventory and pipeline designer applications. Then we have a term called preparation. A preparation is what links a dataset and a recipe together. It is the final outcome that you want to achieve with your data. You can export this outcome as a file or connect it to data targets. A preparation takes one dataset and applies a recipe to produce an outcome. The original dataset is never modified, right? So this is something like preparation is something like you can consider it as a job, a talent job, right? You have your source, then you apply your transformations or what we call here recipe, and then you can store your data in a file or any data targets. So recipe. So what is a recipe? If preparation is kind of a job or a pipeline, then what is exactly a recipe? So before that, let's learn about what is sample. Sample, which we already seen it multiple times. Your data will be visible in the form of a sample retrieved from the dataset metadata. So it's just viewing a sample of your dataset, sample data of your dataset. Then we have recipe. A recipe is literally defined as a set of directions with a list of ingredients for making or preparing something. In Talend Cloud Data Preparation, the ingredients are the raw data called datasets, and the directions are the set of functions applied to the dataset. Visually, the recipe is the top-down sequence of functions in the left collapsible panel. A recipe is linked to the dataset through a preparation. Every update of the recipe is automatically saved in the preparation all the time. So assume this as like a step, this is kind of linked to cooking, right? So when you want to prepare a dish, first you will have your pan ready, then you will turn on your stove, then you will cut your vegetables, then you will put the vegetables, and then you will add whatever you want to eat. So these are different steps, right? So each dish has a different recipe. Based on the recipe, you prepare the dish. So same concept is applied here. And here the ingredients are nothing but the raw data, and the directions are set of functions. So let's see what a function is. A function is an action applied on a row, a column, or the whole data set, such as removing empty rows. As functions are applied as part of a preparation, they do not modify the original data. Applied functions are recorded in sequence into recipes. Then we have semantic type, which we already seen. Semantic type of a column or record corresponds to the type of data that can be found in it, such as names, zip codes, phone numbers, coordinates, etc. The Talend Cloud applications all benefit from semantic awareness, meaning that when you look at your sample data, it will be automatically categorized using the default semantic types or the ones that you have created yourself. And you have the option to disable this automatic semantic types recognition by Talend, so that you get to choose which semantic type you want to apply to a particular column. So those are some of the concepts around Talend Data Preparation. So let's look at how a preparation is, or how a preparation is done. So initially you will create a connection, then using that connection you will create a data set, and using that, on top of that data set, you will create a preparation by applying recipe, right? So this is overall at a high level, that's how it works. And remember, whenever you do a preparation, it doesn't modify the data set. It doesn't. So just remember that it doesn't modify the actual data set. The data set will remain same as is. But when you load it into target, the recipe is applied on the data set, and the result will be stored in a new target. Let's look at where Talend Data Preparation fits into Talend Cloud architecture. We have seen this diagram by now, I think the 4th time. So most of the things that you see here, you are already aware of it. So I won't spend much time. And again, this architecture is divided into 2 parts. On the left side, you see local network. On the right side, you will see cloud infrastructure. So local network includes web browser, Talend Studio, and Remote Engine Gen 2. For Talend Cloud Data Inventory and Pipeline Designer, you don't have Talend Studio involved because you cannot design or use those in Talend Studio at all, but you have Talend Studio here for a reason, which we will learn in a minute. Let's see. Why do you need a web browser? From your web browser, you can access the Talend Cloud Data Preparation application by logging into your Talend Cloud. But why do you need a studio? From Talend Studio, you can do 2 things. Publish data integration jobs to Talend Cloud Management Console as tasks, make them available to web users, and run them in the cloud. Then your next question will be, I think we are talking about preparations. Why do we care about data integration jobs? Well, you can actually call a data preparation from within a data integration job, which is cool, right? We will look at it, but that's the reason we are saying you can publish data integration jobs to Talend Cloud Management Console as tasks. Then another thing you can do is you benefit from Talend Studio data preparation features through the use of components like T dataset input, T dataset output, and T data prep run components. And you can use T data prep run component to actually run a preparation. So using the T data prep run, you will call the preparation, and then you can have the dataset input output and then complete the entire running of data preparation from within a data integration job. You can create data sets from various databases and export them in Talend Cloud Data Preparation, or leverage a preparation directly in a data integration job, or what's better, you can even call it through a Spark job. And then we have Talend or the Remote Engine Gen 2, which is used to run preparations and objects from other Talend Cloud applications on premise, as well as creating connections and fetching data samples. Then let's look at our cloud infrastructure, where we have our Talend Cloud Management Console, Data Preparation, Talend Data Dictionary Service, and Cloud Engine for Design too. So the data set service is what provides the united or unified data set list for Talend Cloud Data Preparation, Talend Cloud Data Inventory, and Talend Cloud Pipeline Designer. As you can see, create, search, and manage data sets from common inventory. Then you have the Management Console, where you can administrate roles, users, projects, and licenses. You can create new users for the cloud applications and assign them to custom groups. You can then define roles and assign them to your users. Management Console is also used to import your license files and create projects to collaborate on in Studio. In addition, you can enable data and file transfer, data integration, and access to shared data sources for web users. You can, for example, import and use pre-configured sample tasks or design tasks that automate the exchange and synchronization of data between applications. Then we have Talend Cloud Data Preparation, where you can import your data from local files or other sources and cleanse or enrich it by creating new preparations. Then we have Talend Dictionary Service, where you can add, remove, or modify the semantic categories that are applied to each column in your data when opened in Talend Cloud Data Preparation. And we are not going to talk about Pipeline Designer and Data Inventory because we already covered those two. And then finally we have our Cloud Engine for Design, which is used to run artifacts, tasks, and preparations in the cloud. When we say artifacts and tasks, we are generally talking about pipeline artifacts and pipeline tasks, not job artifacts and job tasks, because job artifacts and job tasks can only be run on either Cloud Engine or Remote Engine, not Cloud Engine for Design. And preparations in the cloud, as well as creating connections and fetching data samples. So that's about the architecture. I think since this is the fourth time we are repeating, I think you are already comfortable with this diagram. Then for some users who are coming from standalone Talend Data Preparation, you wanted to know that Talend Cloud Data Preparation is currently like on atop Talend Cloud Data Inventory, right? Previously that was not the case because it's a standalone application. There was no data inventory service back then. So let's see what this new collaboration is going to bring. So the 2020-05 release of the cloud introduces a common inventory of datasets for Talend Cloud Data Inventory, Talend Cloud Pipeline Designer, and Talend Cloud Data Preparation, bringing a unified experience across the Talend Cloud applications. Even if you are not subscribed to standalone Talend Cloud Data Inventory application, you will be able to benefit from several new features and improvements in your Talend Cloud Data Preparation experience because of the common architecture which we have just seen a couple of seconds ago. These additions will have an impact on your Talend Cloud Data Preparation usage since they bring new concepts as well. Here are the most notable changes. New concept of reusable connections. To create a remote data set stored in Salesforce or Amazon S3 for example, you would usually use the Add Dataset button, select the platform, and enter your connection information each time. Now, you can set up this connection information only once, save it as a reusable connection, and reuse it to create new dataset anytime. These connections to your data stores are listed in the New Connections tab. We have seen that extensively during our Talend Cloud Data Inventory and Talend Cloud Pipeline Designer. Similarly, you can use the connections and data sets in Talend Cloud Data Preparation as well. Then we have extended native connectivity. A whole new range of connection types is now available natively in the application. Create preparations on data sets from databases, file systems, distributed systems, platforms, and more. We already seen the full list of these while we were learning data inventory, so I'm not going into them here. However, keep in mind that Talend Cloud Data Preparation does not support hierarchical formats and does not support streaming. You need to remember these two. Then we have direct upload for local files. In the datasets page, a new drop a file or browse button is available, allowing you to quickly and easily import your local files. You can either drag and drop your file on the datasets page or browse using the Explorer. A form then opens where you can set some configuration for the dataset or just auto detect the parameters. Again, we have already seen this as part of both data inventory and pipeline designer while we were creating local connections and creating datasets on top of a local connection. Then we have new indicators in the dataset list. When opening your list of datasets, you will notice new columns containing new indicators. We have gone through this in the data inventory where extensively we have seen different options of a dataset, properties, columns, and also detailed view. For example, like rating, quality, sharing, certification, and whatnot. Then we have more flexible sharing, which we have already seen, so I'm not going to that. And then creating a preparation. There is an important change regarding the preparation creation process. It is no longer possible to add a preparation based on a dataset imported on the fly. When using the add preparation button, you will only be able to create a preparation based on one of your existing datasets. For example, like when you are creating a pipeline, you click on add pipeline and you can use an existing dataset or you can add a dataset on the fly. But when you're creating a preparation, you cannot do that anymore. You have to use an existing dataset. However, another way to easily create preparation has been introduced. Directly from your list of datasets, point your mouse over a dataset and select the Talend Cloud Data Preparation icon. This is similar to however we were able to create a pipeline by hovering our mouse on a dataset and selecting the pipeline icon. So similarly, you can do that for a preparation. Dataset provenance and destination. In addition to its role as preparation creation shortcut, the Talend Cloud Data Preparation button that appears when pointing your mouse over a dataset has another useful purpose. When you click this icon for a given dataset, you will be able to see all the preparations that have been created from it, which we have already seen regarding pipelines too. When you hover your mouse on a dataset and click on the pipeline, before clicking on add, it will show you where in which all pipelines your dataset is being used. That applies same to your data preparation. Then removal of live datasets. Given the extended native connectivity and features brought by this release, creating and using live datasets will not be possible anymore. All existing live datasets are now unusable. Then make line as header. This function will not be available from the functions panel of your preparations anymore. Instead, you can select which row to use as a header for your dataset in the dataset properties at import time, which we already have seen. And the final one is Excel files with multiple worksheets. When uploading an Excel file that contains multiple sheets, only the first one will be imported by default, but you can choose which sheet to import in the dataset creation form. However, the auto detect feature is not supported for such files. So these are some of the features you have to be aware of if you are coming from a standalone data preparation. So in the next lecture, we are going to learn about connections and datasets, managing connections and datasets. If you already watched Talend Cloud Data Inventory and Pipeline Designer, you can skip these two sections because these two are covered already in those two applications. So you don't have to go through managing connections and datasets again. That being said, thank you very much for enrolling into this course, and thank you for giving me an opportunity to make this course, and love you all. Peace out.